I'm very worried about it. I think that it's already out there. I think that it's going to be impacting how people vote. And I don't think it'll necessarily be a positive thing.
When it comes to next week's federal election, how concerned are you about fake news? New research out suggests many Canadians are finding it harder than ever to separate fact from fiction, with social media being the prime culprit. A new poll out by Research Co found that when it came to news about the election, 72% of Canadian social media users didn't know which accounts were real and which were fake, with 2 in 5 finding links to fake news stories. And it turns out older voters could be more susceptible.
Millennials are more successful at figuring out when a story isn't real than their older counterparts. And, we might be in a situation where one of these stories influences your vote, and it ultimately turns out to be something that isn't real, but that you saw in social media, maybe masquerading as a news story, and you thought that it was real.
Last week, the Buffalo Chronicle printed an article suggesting Justin Trudeau buried a story by the Globe and Mail in which he was involved in a sex scandal. The same week, the Conservatives posted a Facebook ad in Chinese suggesting the Liberals would legalise hard drugs if re-elected. All of these are untrue. But how easy is it for voters to decide?
I'm pretty careful about what I look at when I'm on social media, and I know that social media is not the best place to get information about politics and stuff.
I do my own research, and I also look at things that they send me to my house.
I actually am on the mailing list for all of the major political parties, and I like to review and contrast them.
Most experts agree that fake news is nothing new, and stopping it is even harder than ever. But what authorities in Ottawa are concerned about is foreign interference in next week's election, with security groups saying it's likely to happen. In a report released earlier this year, the Canadian Centre for Cyber Security deemed it very likely that Canadian voters will encounter foreign cyber interference ahead of and during the 2019 general election. And although they insist it's unlikely to be the scale seen by Russia in the 2016 United States presidential election, Canada is still a prime target.
We're a G7 nation, we always have been. We're a major and a founding member of NATO. We have a fantastic economy, we've got great resources, a lot of talent in this country, and we have influence in the world, even if we often don't think it ourselves. And some countries won't like that.
And while it may take effort for voters to educate themselves on fake news, there's one tool Canada has that continues to ensure safe and secure voting: paper ballots.
Yep, you can't hack paper and pen. We're lucky here in Canada.
In Vancouver, Tom Walsh, City News.